Hi, Glenn van den Burg with Never Enough Strats with a short history about a part of the history of the Fender Custom Shop. Started in 1987 with just two people, amongst them John Page, who later headed the Fender Custom Shop. But an interesting story about the Fender Custom Shop is that it really started as a custom shop that made custom guitars just for players or shops that ordered a guitar to their specifications, in accordance with and in collaborations with the builders of the guitars. And it was only until 1992 when there was a standard, sort of a standard model made by the Fender Custom Shop. And before this period, everything that was made, almost everything that was made custom ordered by customers or a dealer or an importer. There are a few exceptions. Of course, there is the 30th anniversary for the Fender Stratocaster made by the Custom Shop in a limited edition, of course. You can see it next to me. There was the HLE, the Golden Strat, that was made in a series. There was, of course, a series of guitars, but they were specially ordered by Arbiter Group in the UK. They made the Hank Marvin Strat, which you can also see next to me. In 1990 they made the one that was later recalled, and in 1992 they made the final Marvin Strat from the Custom Shop, which you can also see next to me. And well, I was probably forgetting some. If you really want to know everything, you have to read and buy the great book, The Dream Factory. This big, this thick book about everything about the Custom Shop. But I wanted to show you the first Strats that came out of the Custom Shop that you could just order from the price list. So in 1992, the first price list of Fender, so they made every year, they made a list with the vintage reissue, with all the, of course, the American standards, everything that you could purchase that was made in Japan. But the first Custom Shop Strat that was in the price list was this one, was the set neck Stratocaster, which doesn't have a backplate and it doesn't have the bolt on. It is glued together with a mahogany body and, well, as you can see, a quilted maple top, ebony fretboard. I have a separate video on this one, which I will put up there if you want to know more about it. This one is not original anymore because it has the 3 single coil pickups, and in the original one there were noiseless pickups in it. No, there were Fender lace sensors in it, and in the bridge position there was 2 of them that you could switch to a humbucker. So this was the very first, as you can say, standard custom shop guitar that you could just order out of the price list and then you could buy it. So not custom ordered. Just a few tones to make you hear what it sounds like. I'm playing neck position on all the guitar. Alright, 1 year later, 1993, we saw some more Fender models on the Fender price list. Amongst them, put this back, this very nice and very beautiful 54 model. So this was in 1993, was on the Fender price list standard model that you could just order out of the catalog. And well, it is a 54 model, but well, it has a V-neck, which wasn't on the 54 model because it was a U-neck. Of course, maple fretboard with the skunk stripe, ash body, 3 pickups, 50s voiced pickups, and everything new old stock. And as you can see, this one is from 95, and it's really, I mean, I think there's one little ding on it on the back, but for the rest it is just like new and almost 30 years old. You can hear it, it's far more chimey, brighter than the set neck one, of course, because it has a mahogany body, because it has the ebony fretboard, different pickups in it. Alright, 54 model, but of course there was also another period for the Fender Custom Shop, for the Fender Corporation, that was a really special period, which was the 60s. So they also made this very nice 60s model. So this was also produced in, that you could just buy, I have to juggle around all these guitars, oh, like this. This you could also just buy from the price list, some specs. I think this one also has an ash body, which should be older. I'll check it and put it below if I'm wrong. 3-tone sunburst, of course, rosewood fretboard, really nice. I'll put it up here, that's easier. Really nice neck, C-shaped neck, of course, all the old hardware. There are Texas special pickups in it, which is not really 60s like, but they didn't have all these different kinds of pickups yet in the custom shop that they made more or less standard. Well, and a really nice guitar. This one is from 1995. Oh yeah, the other one I think was from 94. I'm mixing up all these numbers. This one is from 95, so also from the quite early period. And let's see if it sounds different than the 54 one. Probably will. Well, also has the chimey part, but it's warmer than the 54, but it's not so warm and so full as the set neck one. Well, really nice guitar. Also, this one is pristine. I mean, there's almost no scratches or anything on it. But we're not finished yet, because there's also the modern take on the Fender Strat. Because not only in 87 the custom shop started, but also in 87 the American Standard came on the market. With, of course, some new stuff on it, new neck, modern C as they call it nowadays. So it's a C shape, but it's flatter than the C shape that's on the 60s Strat. Other tuning mechanisms, the block saddle with the 2-point in it. It also has Texas Special in it. This one, not the normal American Standard, but this one has Texas Special pickups in it. Nice white blonde finish with see-through, and if you look at the grain, you can see that it's probably ash because it has the wider grain. And this one I think is very pretty. It has a beautiful bird's eye flamed neck. I'll put some pics up next to me. And of course with this one also we can hear what it sounds like. And it also, this one also sounds different than all the other ones. So 4 guitars made in the same period. 94 for, I think this one is 93, the set neck. This one is 94, the 54, the 60s one is 95. And this one, the American Classic as they called it. So it's the Custom Shop take on the American Standard, is from 96. They all sound different. They all play really great guitars, and especially this one is really underrated. I know everybody wants all the old specs and all the vintage stuff, but I mean this really plays and sounds really great. Alright, so this was a really short history about the Fender Custom Shop. There's much more to tell, but I'll do that in other videos, because after this period came the Time Machine period, which also saw some great guitars standard made. I mean, it's not standard made, they're made by hand by the Custom Shop, but they were standard in the price list and in the brochures of the Fender Custom Shop. Alright, for now, this was it. And I, of course, almost forgot, like and subscribe. Thank you. Have a great time, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye.